Hello, Adelante Selby students, and thank you for choosing the experiment on how do beans grow and how to make them grow better. So as you know, we're doing some science experiments here, and here we want to know how the different liquids we let the beans soak in affect how they're going to grow. It's a question about biology and learning about how things grow best. So you should have a lot of materials in your kit to do this experiment, and I'm just going to show you how to do it and what kind of things to look for. So I have in front of me a lot of things that you'll be needing. You'll need a few bowls, and in those bowls you're going to put some of the beans that you should be in your kit. And I recommend putting about 10 beans in each bowl, and I'm only showing you 2 bowls here, but you can do up to 5 or 6 different bowls here, because in each bowl you're going to put a different liquid. I'm just going to show you 2 today. So here I have some water, just water from the faucet, and I'm going to take that water, and on one of these bowls I'm going to fill it up, and you'll see in here that the beans are all under the water. And I just have some lemonade in the fridge, so I thought it'd be interesting to see how the lemonade changes how the beans grow. So in this bowl, I'm gonna add some lemonade. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let these sit overnight. You can leave them in the refrigerator, you can leave them on the counter, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna leave them overnight. Now the next morning what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump that water out, okay, and dump the lemonade out. And you can rinse it a little bit. You can rinse it with some more water, make sure all that lemonade or whatever things you're choosing are out of it. And then I'm gonna take a Ziploc bag, which should be in your kit. I'm gonna take a paper towel, you probably have these at home, and this paper towel I'm gonna soak it with water. So you can see here that it's got a lot of water in it, okay? And that's important because it has to keep those beans nice and moist when they're inside. So I'm gonna throw that paper towel in there, and then I'm gonna take those 10 beans, and I'm just gonna sit them in there, however you want, but just as long as they're near the paper towel so they can stay nice and moist. Then I'm gonna go ahead and close that Ziploc bag, and if you have a piece of tape somewhere, like here's a nice piece of tape I've got over here, you can take that bag and tape it on a window somewhere. All right, you're gonna tape it on the window so that it gets some sunlight over the next couple of days. So you tape it to the window and just let it go. Then after a couple of days, you go look at your beans and you see what happened. Now I did one a couple of days ago, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like after a few days. So I did the lemonade and the water. In this bag, I put the lemonade, and in this bag, I put the water. And I'm just gonna show you what I found. So I'm gonna take out the water. Oh, and look at this. I don't know if you can see this, but all these beans have sprouted. And I can count and see how many of these beans have started to sprout. Out of my 10, it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This one doesn't look like it sprouted yet, and neither did this one. Looks like 8 of these sprouted. Now, I'm gonna show you what happened to my lemonade one. Now, you might do lemonade as well. Oh, look at these. Nothing sprouted. And not only that, look, they all started growing a fungus on it. So it looks like lemonade really did not do well for growth of these. Now, you don't have to do just lemonade and water. You can try any liquid you have in your house. Maybe you wanna try sugar water, or salty water, or soda, or coffee, or anything you want to really try. Milk. It's really up to you about what other liquids you want to try. And remember, all you got to do is fill a bowl up with whatever liquid you want, put 10 of those beans in there, let them sit overnight, and the next day, rinse off all of that liquid and put it in that bag with a paper towel full of just water. And then wait a few days, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days, and you can see how many of those sprouted. You'll also get a worksheet later where you can write down how many out of your beans made a sprout. And if you really want, you can start to count. You can use a ruler and see how long did those sprouts get. Which one had the longest sprouts in here? You can see this one has a really long sprout. Some of these have much smaller sprouts. So you could try to count how many centimeters or inches these sprouts are and write that information down too. A lot of ways you can start to see which one was better. So that's really it. This should be a really fun experiment, and you can see for yourself what's the best way to get these beans to grow. And if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. Otherwise, keep exploring, try some things, and have a lot of fun.